Day 5. Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to the next episode of Blueprince. Last time out, well, it was a very swift end to our explorations last time. We reached some dead ends pretty quickly. Now, this time out, we know we have a shovel in the cloakroom, okay? So we're going to try and get our shovel back. So our objective for this run, okay, there's two things we really want. We want to get dark room, utility closet, and magnifying glass. So if we get a magnifying glass, we are going to move to try and get a utility closet and a dark room together. Okay, cool. I think that will be enough to get us into the orchard, which might be the first time that something we do actually carries over from one loop to the next. The other thing we've done is in that cloakroom right now is a shovel. And I'm kind of tempted to try and put as many green rooms around the place as possible in the hope that we pick up that shovel and move some dirt. That's the plan for today. The other plan for today is that we're going to start to map out which pictures go in which rooms, because we believe that pictures actually are room intransient. Hang on, is that the correct word? I'm not even 100% sure. Hang on, let's say it's... The pictures are location dependent, not room dependent. Yeah? And every room appears to have two, and only two, pictures. And the only one we've particularly noticed that's repeating is the Queen of Diamonds. Now, I mean, it was always kind of obvious that these pictures were going to be something, so it was inevitable that we were going to have to start keeping notes as to which picture was which at some point. And it's just going to happen to be this episode where we start doing that. So there we go. Let's start getting deep into our notebooks. Which way do we want to go? Which way do we want to start off? Shall we just go West Wing first? A very early breaker box is a possibility. Nook to get an early key, Parlour to get an early couple of gems. It's going to be Parlour or Nook because we don't want a dead end straight away. Let's take Parlour because gems gives us more flexibility at the lower rank. So what have we got? All three boxes are empty. That must be false. This box and the blue box are empty. The black box contains gems. Okay, this is the first time where we actually have to do a little bit of inductive reasoning, right? All three boxes are empty, must be false. If this box and the blue box is empty were true, then the black box must contain gems, in which case this would be true. The black box contains gems. If that were true, then the black box has the gems, which means this were true. If this were false, then this is false, but then this also needs to be false, which would make all three boxes false. So it can't work. So the black box must be the one that contains gems. There we go. I feel like so far these Parlour puzzles are really the only puzzles that I'm actually having to like particularly verbalize my logic for. Because, yeah, so far, right, the puzzles that we've been coming across are fairly light. I mean, bedroom I don't mind. It kind of curves more towards the middle, and that's kind of going to knock out all of the West Wing, really. Hallway is probably the pick. Oh, wait, hang on. I've immediately forgotten to do exactly the thing that I said we were going to do. So it's crowbar and rosary beads. Crowbar and rosaries. Then in the hallway, spiral staircase, 4 stars. Now, that looks a lot like the stars that you see in the observatory, does it not? A little. So yeah, so this run is probably going to take a little... This episode's going to just be a little bit longer, just purely on the basis of stopping to take some screenshots every few steps. Right. West or north? I kind of want west. If we find the garage, we need the breaker room to be able to activate the garage. But I think the garage is going to let us go outside. Pantry is kind of problematic. Den is probably the pick here, to be honest. Because pantry will curve us to the left and then we will be stuck. The thing is, burning through all of these rooms that give you... options early really hampers you later. The trunk is locked. Let's see if we can find a key. So down here, a dead-end room here would be perfect, right? Because this is right in the corner. Closet is... I know Nook gives us a key that we can immediately use on that chest, but closet is like the perfect dead-end room to pick. So let's go. And it's just going to give us a key and a gem. Like, perfect. Okay, let's take some pictures. So we've got some sand dunes. And we have a creme caramel. Do you guys remember that viral video of the creme caramel challenge? It'd be about 15 years old now. Grim, but hilarious. And here. Now we've noticed several times that this picture is always here. You know. Now is this picture... Is this picture supposed to tell us something? I don't know if it particularly tells us anything, really, but... You know, we just got to trust the process, yeah? Just keep taking pictures of the pictures and we will kind of categorize them all together later. Right, we have a key. Let's draft the next room and then decide where we use our key. So tempting to take patio. Spread diamond in each green room. That, I couldn't figure out what we were doing wrong, but we could not get that to work last time. Takes a gem to grab the patio, but as I said, maybe we'll get the coat check and then we will have an ability to go and make use of the thing. Right, let's open this up. Use my key. What's in the trunk? 2 keys. That's pretty great. Okay, so trunks. Clearly worth it. And we get a gem for this. Buried below. That's fine. So we have 2 piles of dirt. Yeah, we've got 2 piles of dirt. Now check this out. There's no windows in this room. So I have a feeling that we will be forced to draft rooms that have no windows. Of course, most rooms don't have windows, right? Like, notably, this room. I have a feeling that there is, like, some kind of... Because this clearly has windows, yeah? I feel like there's some kind of... what's the word? Boundary condition. Which says, okay, well, the den doesn't have windows there. So when you come out to the patio, it can't be via the exit that has... I don't know. Yeah, but that doesn't have windows, and that doesn't have windows. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's literally nothing. To put breaker room here, like that brings us to the end of hallway anyway. We could put down Nook, get the key. Now, do you know what? We take utility closet, we grab breaker room. Any which way we go, hallway is now a dead end anyway. So we're going back to entrance hall. If we find dark room, we have to come back to utility closet to trip it in any case. So... Like, I mean, bedroom does move us further north, so that's kind of a thing. And we do forego a key by not taking Nook. Utility closet does help us if we come across garage, though. And we need utility closet if we want dark room. So let's pick utility closet. Oh, wait, hang on. Did I already step over? Do we have art here? It looks like we might not. Okay. We do inside the utility cupboard. So we'll turn off the keycard entry system. Gymnasium we want to turn off. Dark room on. Garage on. The vac indicators, we still don't know what those are. I mean, to be fair, is it a problem to just turn these on and just see what happens? Is anything going to become significantly different as a result of turning those green? Because it can't be a problem to experiment in a game that is literally a roguelike. Yeah, okay, so patio has no art. So we're going to move back out here. Back to here. So we will have to come back here later if we trip the dark room off. With that... let's go right out to the corner and up. Hey, perfect. There's the dark room. So we're going to take dark room. We need to go in to trip the breaker, and then we're going to go back round and we're going to trip the breaker back on. It's necessary to do this now because having the power on in the dark room enables us to see what we're drafting, which is absolutely necessary. So turn that back on. We're using a lot of steps, though. We're using a lot of steps. We're going to need to draft some bedrooms. Now, yes, these two are the pieces of art for the location. So we'll add those to here. There's usually an item that can be picked up. A large battery pack provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. A large battery pack. Okay. So we're going to go straight through to the corner. On the one hand, I like the idea of locksmith because then I can add a new room, right? Similarly with furnace, you're more likely to draw red rooms while drafting. I mean, that's a bad thing, right? Unless you're looking for the dark room specifically. Bedroom gets us round the corner though, and we have no money currently, so locksmith doesn't do anything. So I think we're going to go to the bedroom. Get some steps back for ourselves. Oh. Hey, sleep mask. Nice. First time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask, gain 5. So we're going to save that for when we backtrack through this room. But we should try and remember that. We should try and remember that the sleep mask is we should try and remember that you get an item in the bedroom. It seems like the rooms that give you items are always the same rooms, because the dark room always has an item in it. So does the bedroom always have an item in it? Right. Now, question. Does that look like a false door to you? Like a false wall? It kind of does, right? But it would be a door straight over the bed, which kind of looks incorrect. That would be a photo that we need the magnifying glass for. But you know what? We'll take a picture of the photo anyway, because maybe it's useful. I don't know. Like these random photos of people, it's kind of hard to say what they're going to be. The other thing that's worth bringing up whilst we're here, right, is we got the 10 dog tags. Now, in the commissary, you've got a without and a with, right? So I have a feeling there's a puzzle where you need to put the commissary somewhere. The commissary has 2 pictures, and the 2 pictures you need to make sure that you have a room with one of those pictures and you don't have the room that corresponds to the other picture. But of course, where you put the commissary, because the with and without post-it notes are attached to the commissary, not attached to the location. So I have a feeling that you need to pick where you're going to put that commissary very carefully, right, such that you can sort of get that working. So for example, we know that the Queen of Diamonds is somewhere here, for example. So if the Queen of Diamonds is the with, well, that's like a freebie because that's your entrance hall. Do you see what I mean? Maybe it won't work like that though. Maybe the Queen of Diamonds would end up being your without if you stuck the commissary on that square. It's one to bear in mind, but it's only going to become relevant once we fill out more of that board. Well, we said we'd do more green rooms, didn't we? And I do kind of want to crawl up the east wing here. Oh, hey, and we've got a metal detector. That's nice. Okay. Just gonna keep going. Oh yes, no pictures. No pictures appear in green rooms. So that's good to know. I kind of don't mind guest bedroom now because we... well, maybe just corridor or pantry. But no, actually, guest bedroom. Let's do guest bedroom because we get the 10 steps plus 5 steps for the sleep mask. And guest bedroom has a gem in it, which I'm all for. The guest bedroom is where we picked up the magnifying glass. Pretty sure. So we know that the magnifying glass at least sometimes spawns in the guest bedroom. So we are rank 3 right now. So we've got some peas in a pod. And we have a little mountain range. Okay. So, do we want to go out? Well, yeah, okay. Well, the courtyard is attached to the dark room, so it kind of doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's go this way. As much as observatory for the memes, Nook, we've got to start heading back north, don't we? And let's get Nook off the... Let's get Nook off the draft. Yeah. You got to clear down these common rooms. Because if I say room directory, right? Oh, blimey, there's loads of the common rooms that we've literally never been in. Still. Nook, den, wine cellar, pantry. Drawing room, utility closet, security workshop, laboratory. Coach check, dining room, observatory, antechamber. We've done 5 of the bedrooms. We've got most of the hallways. Some of the green rooms. Ah. The furnace making you more likely to draw red rooms just seems terrible, right? Oh, and we have house history, so we can always go back and look at our house history. That's nice. I didn't realise that was available, to be honest. Okay, right, we've got a picture of a bath. And the other picture in here is a bat over a forest. That's weird. That picture looks weirdly familiar for some reason. But I couldn't tell you why. Commissary is going to end up being a dead end for us. Chapel, spare room. Oh, entrance hall is kind of going to be a bit of a dead pick, isn't it? But, well, we can always put a dead end room in entrance hall, can't we? Let's take spare room. Right. Although, chapel often has money in it, and we're not going to spend any money. We're not going to spend any money moving into it because we have no money. And chapel often, or at least the one time we have been in here, had some money lying around, but not this time, it would appear. Ah, what a shame. What a shame. It would also appear that there are no pictures in the chapel. Never mind. Onwards. Nursery would be a terrible idea to put a dead end here. So I think we kind of have to go for observatory. Yeah. So we're going to go for observatory. Take our pictures. We're on rank 4 and we're on the 4th row of the house. Where's the other picture? There it is. A lit match. So. Wait, hang on. We've got 4 stars so far. We get +1 gem. Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Yes, let's do it. Give me some 4-door rooms. That'd be nice. Oh. No, right. It already counted us as having seen it. Fine. Well, hey, that basically means we get this room for free today, doesn't it? So, we're now coming out in here. We need to be going to the right or straight on. Preferably both. Terrible. Okay, we have to pick spare room to have any chance then. Right? Because we're all dead ends now, so spare room needs to save us. Come on. Oh, man. Right, dining room, storeroom, or corridor. I mean, dining room is functionally the corridor, so let's take the dining room. But seriously though, when is my metal detector going to start really giving me value here? So now I have to get something that's going to go to the right. Okay. Gymnasium keeps us going, right? Garage is interesting though, because we've never been to garage, and we have turned the circuit breaker on in the garage. So does this give us access to the outside of the house? It's a big risk, but we're going to go for it. Right? The metal detector's going, but like there's loads of stuff everywhere. Christoph, this is the 3rd time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you've been driving for his lordship. Your absences must be accounted for. From Mrs. Babbage. Okay, we've got a Queen of Diamonds and a car. That's kind of interesting, so it sort of makes me wonder if one of the pictures is static and one of the pictures changes. Hang on. Let me quickly... We can get outside. We can get outside. That's sick. Okay. We're going to take some more pictures. Yeah, because we need the pictures. Yeah, so is one picture static and one picture stays in the same location? Like one moves with the room, one moves with the location, right? That would be kind of interesting. Spare room, of course, has no pictures. So it makes me wonder if there is a way that you can get a room to have 2 of the same picture in there. we need to kind of confirm that sort of later. There's a coin for us. Nope, it's not going to let us use the ladder. So that's the side of the house that we've not been able to see at all yet. But over here... Hey, look! It's actually consistent, though, with what we've previously put together. So, we have now a new outdoor area to explore. Ah, we did very well. We did very, very well. The west gate has been permanently unlocked. Permanent changes do not reset every day. I'm so pleased we decided to take a risk with the garage there. So that means we've got a whole new area to explore out here. Right, well, we're done with the house for today. Right, because we've only got dead-end rooms. But this now permanently being unlocked. Well, we don't really know what it does for us, in honesty. There's more rooms outside the house. Tool shed, 2 special items. Hovel. Special floor plans now cost additional steps instead of gems. Routes. So we could draft this room at the start of every run now. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today. Our shovel's in the coat check. Give me though, like, I understand what these two are going to do. Let's see what 2 special items looks like. Sledgehammer can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. And a silver key. Fine, okay. So the sledgehammer... So I thought the sledgehammer might get us into the area of there. Right. No, the sledgehammer is not going to last with us until tomorrow. So we're going to walk over here, just for my own edification, right? I know that the instructions just explicitly said what the sledgehammer was for. It was for knocking off padlocks on trunks. I thought the sledgehammer was going to bust this through, but it appears not. Permanent additions, Westgate Path. Ah, nice, nice. Yeah, okay, okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't try and break our backs getting 8 coins for the commissary. Let's make a wish. Right. That's got to do something eventually, right? Yeah, trying to get 8 coins for the commissary so that we could get the sledgehammer. Because I thought we'd make a permanent change. But I'd have been really, really disappointed to find out that the permanent change was like... well, just nothing at all, really. Right, okay, we can't actually get up there. Okay, and this driveway's not going to lead anywhere. Okay. This is fine. This is all fine. I mean, to be fair, even if you don't have the power in it, garage is still a great room to give you 3 keys for nothing, right? Now, we've got ourselves a silver key, we've got ourselves a sledgehammer. We used the only trunk that we found, actually. So I don't think there's anything else to do. We don't have the shovel, so we can't make use of the green rooms that we found. So I think we might be calling it a day there. Now let me just double check. Let me just think. Is that... Huh. That mountain looks weirdly familiar, doesn't it? Oh! We have a weird possibility, actually, to go to the entrance hall and actually get something else for our troubles. Yeah, okay. There is a room that we haven't gone. If we get coat check, then we can get the shovel, and we've got some places to dig. We've got 19 steps, so let's do it, right? Commissary, boudoir, corridor. Well, corridor is basically a re-roll. Yeah. Oh, and of course we get more art to add to our... We get more art to add to our rooms. Now what we're going to need to do next time is we're going to need to check this art out against the rooms that then spawn next time to make sure that the art is indeed location consistent. Kitchen, workshop, pantry. I mean, what have I got? I've got a sleep mask, a sledgehammer, a battery pack, and a metal detector. I'd be really surprised if I can combine any of those, but also... and the silver key. I think let's add the kitchen, because kitchen, you know, there might be... because we've never been to kitchen, there might be notes here, there might be other clues. Mount Holly kitchen menu, banana, club sandwich, 10 steps and add morning room to today's draft pool. Right. And the main course is wood-fired pizza. The main course is served only in the dining room. Summer truffle sauce smothered in fontina cheese, wild mushrooms and spiced salami cooked to perfection with just the right amount of char. 20 steps plus an additional 10 steps if you have the furnace in your house. Okay. But is there anything else in here? It sort of looks like no is the answer. But we'll get 2 more pieces of art. A red one and a blue one. And with that, I think we now genuinely are ready to call it a day. A very tight layout. We've basically used all of the rooms, all of the space up to rank 4. But unfortunately, not very much further. But the permanent addition of the West Gate path means that we can start every run with new opportunity. With that, though, I think we are now genuinely ready to call it a day. This has been episode 5. We're going to be calling time on this episode here, doing a little save and quit. We still have our shovel in the coat room. We still know that the magnifying glass that we picked up last time from the guest bedroom is going to help us out in the dark room. There are more things that we can do outside the manor, like getting into that orchard, which presumably are also going to be permanent changes. This has been episode 5 of Blueprince. I will see you for episode 6, day 6, next time. Bye for now.